Welcome back to Dynamics. Okay, movie review time. Megalopolis. This has a lot of chatter going on, a lot of negative chatter, really. But there's some good chatter out there. But basically, I was like, oh, this it does appeal to me. The style of movie, the actors that are in it, actors and actresses, and just kind of like the artsy nature of it. I'm more usually a horror movie, but this is really good stuff to me too. And I enjoyed it. There's definitely some parts where it's way over the top, on purpose though, and so it is. If it's too much cringe for you, too much over the top, maybe that's not for you. But I really enjoyed it. And so maybe you will too. It'll probably be in the theaters for a little while, but it is not doing well, so it could go away way quicker than we're expecting. So if you wanted to see this in the theater, which is a good place to see it, there's some good stuff in it, as far as like sound and the special effects and those sorts of things. You could definitely try to get to it and see it in the theater. Theaters are going to be pretty much empty, so you can have it to yourself. I originally, when I bought the ticket, I was the only one who had bought a ticket. By the time I saw it, like there were a couple more people in the theater, but literally it was like one of the bigger theaters too. I don't know how that happened, but it was one of the bigger theaters, and there was like 4 of us in there, maybe 5. It was yeah. It's not doing well, so it could be out of theaters pretty quick. Anyways, what is this movie? Francis Ford Coppola. This is his art house. This is his magnum opus. This is his movie that he wanted to come out with. So much so that he funded it himself. He's the writer and director of the movie, and it's just so off the wall in certain aspects and over the top. He just couldn't get it distributed. He kind of distributed it himself to these theaters. Well, is that true? Did they end up finding a company to distribute it? Does it say here? No. But he got it into IMAX too. I think it was probably just all him. Well, good for him though. Honestly though, check it out. I know it's getting a lot of hate, but maybe you'll like it. Who are the stars? All right. Well, there's tons of big names in this movie too. That's part of it. I'm assuming a lot of them probably didn't take their full salaries for this, because there's a lot of big names that probably just wanted to work with Francis Ford Coppola. Anyways, here we go. Adam Driver is the main star. Giancarlo Esposito is the secondary, or one of the secondary main stars. Both do an amazing job in this movie. Nathalie, I think is how you pronounce her name, Emmanuel. She is from Game of Thrones, but what else is she from? Let's pull her up real quick. She is also in the Maze Runner, The Scorch Trials. She is in F9, The Fast Saga. She is from Furious 7 too. She's the Fast and Furious movies. She's in those. She is in Die Hard 2, I guess. Arthur the King. She's again in the Fast X movie. The Invitation. Alright, so The Invitation is another movie that I remember her from. Army of Thieves. Anyways, she's good in this. But most people know her from Game of Thrones. Alright, let's go back to Giancarlo Esposito. You should know him. He's from The Mandalorian. He's from The Usual Suspects. He's from Do the Right Thing. He's from The Jungle Book. He's from Breaking Bad. He has done a ton of stuff, and he's just really kind of blowing up lately. He's going to be in a Marvel movie, and he's great. I mean, he's great in almost everything he does, but he's really good in this too. Adam Driver. If you don't know who Adam Driver is, let's see. He's from Star Wars, is probably where most people know him from. He played Kylo Ren. He was in The Marriage Story, Patterson. Those are weird choices. Ferrari recently, 65 recently, White Noise recently, House of Gucci, The Last Duel, Annette. Where's the one that I'm trying to think of? The Dead Don't Die. Side note: The Dead Don't Die is kind of the movie that got me and my girlfriend together officially. Like, we had been talking before that, but that date was the one where we like officially became a couple, right? We got to see that movie to start the night, and it was a great night. Anyways, that that movie is a part of my story, my history. He was in Black Klansman. He was in The Man Who Killed Don Quixote. Goodness, wasn't he in? Trying to think of the movie that he's in. Tons of stuff. Anyways, he's been acting a lot longer than I thought he had been. Trying to think of the movie with Robert Downey Jr. that I think he's in. Anyways, okay, we're gonna cut this one off. You know Adam Driver; he's good stuff. Shia LaBeouf makes a return here. You know, he's struggled in recent years due to his personal problems, but the guy's a good actor, and if he can get past these personal issues, he's married to Maya Goth now, and I believe he's gotten his demons under control, but we shall see. Hopefully he's able to move forward, because he is a really good actor, and he messed up, and he takes full responsibility for that. So, okay. Whether you forgive him or not is up to you, though, because I can definitely see why you wouldn't. Okay, so what else? What do you know him from? He was in Even Steven, obviously, was where he was as a child actor, and he's done a ton of movies. He was in Fury, he was in Transformers, he was in Honey Boy. If you get a chance and you haven't seen that, The Peanut Butter Falcon is also one of his more recent movies. 2019 for both of those. Great, like, indie movies, really. And that was when he was first trying to, make his comeback, and it just wasn't. It wasn't meant to be at that point in time. He needed more time away, and so he came back in Padre Pio, and now Megalopolis. So he's making a movie every couple of years, trying to kind of, rehabilitate himself. What else? Borg versus McEnroe he did. That was before all the troubles, I believe. Everyday Performance Artist, American Honey, Man Down, Fury, Nymphomaniac. I didn't know there was a Volume 1 and Volume 2. Weird. Anyways. Lawless, the Transformers movies, Eagle Eye, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, Disturbia. There was a sequel. Oh, Outtakes. Okay, no, Disturbia. I, Robot, Constantine. You guys remember he was in Constantine? There's some talk about him doing the new Constantine movie and him making a comeback, even though his character died. But you know what happened with him at the end of the movie, so he could make a comeback. That'd be fun. The Even Stevens Show, Dumb and Dumberer. Oh, I didn't know he was in that. And then Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle. I do remember him from that. Holes, though. The Holes was his first movie, I think. And where he's kind of a big deal. Oh, he was in the X-Files. That's fun. All right. Anyways, enough about Shia LaBeouf. He's one of the main characters though in this movie too, so he does a great job. Jon Voight is in this. If you don't know who Jon Voight is, real quick, Jon Voight is from Deliverance, the original Deliverance, not the Deliverance. Runaway Train, Anaconda, Midnight Cowboy. He's been an actor for a very long time. I think he is. I'm gonna forget her name now. All of a sudden, His daughter is very famous too. Shoot, why am I forgetting her name? Brad Pitt's wife. Well, she was. They got divorced too now. Angelina Jolie. There you go. I think he's her father. Lawrence Fishburne. You know who Lawrence Fishburne is, but let's go ahead and see who they say he's from. They say he is from the Matrix movies, of course, Mystic River, and Contagion. He's done tons of stuff, though. Going way back. I think Apocalypse Now. Anyways. Talia Shire is in this. Talia Shire is from the Rocky movies and The Godfather. Yeah. Yeah. Jason Schwartzman, another big name who is just kind of like chilling here in this movie. He's from Rushmore, The Darjeeling Limited, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Moonrise Kingdom. Yeah. A lot of stuff. Let's see. Catherine Hunter has been in quite a few things lately. Catherine Hunter is from Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Orlando, Poor Things, and The Tragedy of Macbeth. And most recently, she was in The Front Room, which I reviewed not too long ago. She was the mother, the stepmother in The Front Room. But also Poor Things, she's very well known for that too. Okay. Let's see, do I want to touch on anybody else? D.B. Sweeney, Grace VanderWaal, James Remar, Chloe Finneman, Isabel Koosman, Bailey Eyes, Balthazar Getty, Madeline Gardner. So tons of names you recognize, and are all like smaller roles in this. Oh, freaking, he's not even listed here. Let me go further into the cast because, yeah, I gotta. Jeez, I can't believe how far down he is. Dustin Hoffman. Yeah, Dustin Hoffman is in this. Haley Sims. Tommy Lee Driver. Donald Pitts. Yeah, tons of people. Anyways. So the concept of the movie, it's hard to pin down the concept of the movie. That's kind of the whole point of it being kind of a weird movie to really get into. The concept is there's this architect who wants to build the city out of this new material he has either found or created. They don't really kind of give you too much on that, but found or created this new material that he can build instead of using steel and that sort of thing. It's almost like a not steampunk, but like I don't know how to describe it. It's like old but new, right? So kind of like steampunk, but not steampunk. Someone's going to be able to describe it better for me than that. Let's see. Does the brief synopsis say it? The city of New Rome hosts the conflicts between Caesar Catalina, a brilliant artist in favor of a utopian future, and the greedy mayor Franklin Cicero. Between them is Julia Cicero, her loyalty divided between her father and her beloved. So I'm mentioning the actors, but Adam Driver plays Caesar Catalina, who is the architect. Giancarlo Esposito plays Mayor Cicero. Nathalie Emanuel plays Julia Cicero. Aubrey Plaza, I didn't even mention her earlier. Messed that up. She plays Wild Platinum. Shia LaBeouf plays Claudio Pulcher. John Voight plays Hamilton Crassus. Lawrence Fishburne plays Fundi Romaine. Talia Shire plays Constance Crassus Catalina. Jason Schwartzman plays Jason Zenders. Catherine Hunter plays Teresa Cicero. Anyways, tons of names, tons of characters. And so there's this conflict between how to move forward with the city using a traditional style and using this new architect's genius to do it. There's some concepts that maybe he has the ability to stop time. It's kind of interesting, but that's probably more metaphorical about his ability to be an artist and be able to stop time using his art. And then, but he's also a genius, so he's an artist and a genius. It's, anyways, the mayor doesn't trust him, and used to be the prosecutor and tried to prosecute him for murdering his wife, but you don't know for sure until later whether or not he actually did murder his wife. Um, uh, the daughter, Julia Cicero, Nathalie Emanuel, like decides to side and work with the architect and ends up falling in love with him. Aubrey Plaza was his, ex girlfriend type situation. Goes on to marry John Voight's character, who is actually his uncle. So it's interesting stuff. Shia LaBeouf is his cousin. Lawrence Fishburne is his like his not his like kind of like his Alfred, Batman's Alfred. We'll go with that. Yeah, so there's this conflict about what direction the city should go in. It's got this Rome, this Shakespearean aspect to it, and I don't want to go too far into it, but basically, it's high art, I guess you could say. Like there's speeches that they give, some of which seem very Shakespearean, and some of them are very modern, and it just kind of mixes it all together. And there's scenes that just really kind of sorry for the lighting. Like I really do need to figure out this setup a little differently because the lighting is off a lot of times. With the table on the other side, the window lighting. Anyways, I did really enjoy it, but there were moments where it was just like super random. You're like, what is happening? It's just kind of randomly doing things just to do them, and a lot of things were over the top, and it kind of is a jumbled mess in certain aspects, and so that's probably what mostly people are talking about. This is not really a front to back movie, and it's just there's some issues with it, but I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to spoil how it ends because it ends a couple different ways. And yeah, I think you might enjoy it. Check it out in the theaters if you get the chance. If not, wait for it on streaming. It's not super long. I was expecting it to be longer. It's a little over 2 hours, like 2 hours 10, 2 hours 20 minutes, something like that. Yeah, go check it out. All right, everybody, take care. Have a good day.